over the last 1 year or so, I mean, our life has completely changed or turned around, right? I mean, we have adapted to this, interaction online rather than face to face. We are working mostly from home, and even the companies have also revamped their digital channels, starting from sales, transaction processing, to marketing and customer services and everything, right? So, Ali, let me start with you. I mean, we have seen digital events, the virtual events, that has taken center stage now for every B2B interaction. But when and how it is actually appropriate to engage clients and prospects in a virtual medium? I mean, can we really replace every other physical interaction into a virtual one? What has been your view on this, and how did you make this shift within Salesforce and what you have observed in the industry?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm just as eager to get back to in real life events as the next person. Attending them, hosting them, I miss it all. But I think, virtual events are really here to stay to some extent. What the past year has taught us is that gathering is really important. I think it's put such a spotlight on, why we gather, the importance of it, and how, right? Like, there are different priorities now for why people will attend an event virtually, and especially as we go back to hybrid model, like what is driving them to make that decision to actually be with other people, given everything going on. My team at Salesforce, I mentioned, runs these kind of executive events for our small and medium business customers. So we kind of had the advantage of the bulk of our events were kind of intimate in nature when they were in person. So this kind of shift to one to few, that's the trend we're seeing, engaging people in smaller groups virtually to really drive discussion, we were somewhat set up for it, right? We still had to shift and figure out how to engage people, break through the noise. But I'm really actually excited to share that my team had, I think it was like 80% growth year over year in terms of one of our key metrics, which is, the amount of pipeline we have attending our events. And I attribute that to the fact that with our audience in particular, small and medium businesses, we're able to reach more people than ever before. A lot of these companies aren't based in big metro hubs that we would activate in person. So it's really allowed us to be more inclusive geographically and reach more of our customers. And that's something I think we're going to want to continue on, even when things start opening back up. So I think the key is you really have to be intentional about what you're doing in a virtual way. Nirupam, like you said, you can't just kind of pick up every real life event and put it right on a digital platform. The intentionality is key.
Right. Yeah, I think you touched upon a couple of very key items like the reach and the scale, which probably gives us a bit of a head start in this particular virtual medium, right? So, Robbert, let's say at Permutive, you organize a lot of events to help your clients, right? So how has been your experience, moving to this digital platform for such engagements? Like, do you also see the benefits in terms of reach and scale, like some of those things what Ali just mentioned?
Absolutely. The benefit for reach and scale is definitely there, as I organize often custom events that are global. So with an audience in North America, in Europe, and also in APAC. I'd like to talk here a little bit about which experiences for us worked well and address the element of networking too. So throughout lockdown, we've had really good results with putting on shorter online events focused on very specific topics. So we bring an expert who can also be one of the clients themselves. And it's very important to allow plenty of time for questions and working with your customer success team to follow up on these questions that came in during the event, especially the ones you didn't get to during the panel presentation. It's very important. We also create an extensive write-up of the learnings at the events and share this with all the clients. And we also share an on-demand recording they can watch at their leisure too. So that worked really well. So on the networking side of things, when moving to digital for client events, when we started doing that, the question that kept coming up was, how do we organize serendipitous networking like we would have at rubbing shoulders at an in-person breakfast? My unpopular opinion is, after seeing many people try and many platforms try, is that you can't. So as part of our client-only events, we did organize breakouts, but they are always driven by a specific theme and moderated by us. So that's the learning I took away.